Well, let's get some more analysis now on the second presidential debate. Dr. Harry Melkonian is a lecturer with the US Studies Centre at the University of Sydney, and he joins me now in the studio. Dr. Melkonian, thanks very much for coming in. What did you make of the debate there this afternoon?
Well, I thought people who were expecting the president to come back strong would certainly be pleased with his performance, because he did come back very strong, and he actually spoke significantly longer than Governor Romney, which of course gives the impression of even being stronger.
Well, in actual fact, I think Mitt Romney actually surrendered some of his time to the president.
Yes, Romney, for some reason, kept asking questions. Perhaps he intended them to be rhetorical with no one answering, but when he would turn to the president and say, "Why did you do this?" or "Why has that happened?" the president took the opportunity and interrupted him and proceeded to take all the sting out of Romney's attack.
From my watching of the debate, I was expecting more of an effort by the candidates to try and seduce and charm the audience, but what we saw was a more combative, argumentative type of affair.
I'm not sure how that's going to play. My initial reaction was they look like they're running for county sheriff and not for president of the United States.
At one point there it even looked like neither man was going to let the other one get a word out.
They seem to be so determined not to be outdone that their message was sometimes lost for the pugnaciousness.
Barack Obama was widely panned for his performance in the first presidential debate. Now, taken in the context of the two debates now, did he have a game plan in place? Did he have a strategy in mind to come out softly in the first debate and then harder in the second one?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think anyone would risk a strategy like that, because you don't know the audience. Usually the first debate is the largest audience and is usually the audience of undecided voters. The subsequent debates tend to be party members, for want of a better word, who are not going to be swayed by anybody.
So there's a lot of discussion in the lead up to this debate about how the candidates were going to interact with the moderator, Candy Crowley, but also with the audience, as you say, the town hall style debate. But they really didn't get much of a look in, really. It was the two men just sort of going head to head.
That's right. There was, I didn't see either one of them, when they were interacting with each other, reaching out to this middle ground where they both need votes. They seem to be trying to get points for their own supporters.
And as CBS News poll, I read this to a guest in our last hour, of uncommitted voters said 37% gave it to Obama, 30% to Romney. The remainder, that's another 40%, called it a tie. Is that pretty much how you'd say?
I guess so. That seems reasonable. It's very hard. What were they basing it? As I said, the president spoke for about 3 minutes longer than the governor, and that can really play into how you evaluate the performance, because it makes it seem more forceful and more compelling.
So where will this debate fit into the overall picture of the presidential campaign?
That's very difficult to say. I think it's fair to say that the final debate on foreign affairs will have a relatively modest audience, not because people have made up their mind, but because the subject matter is not nearly as pressing as the economy this year.
Okay, Dr. Harry Melkonian, thanks very much for coming in and letting us benefit from your insights there.
Thank you.